I got something really cool planned for this video. I'm headed somewhere. It's a surprise. Well, I guess it's not a surprise because it's probably mentioned in the title, but let's just say it's a surprise. Let's go. I'm in Canada. Montreal, actually. And I'm about to go meet Chris Ramsey, who, if you don't know who that is, then you have been living under a rock. He's one of the top YouTubers, puzzle solvers, magicians, just cinematic content. His channel is awesome. He is awesome, he's pretty cool. And I am going to teach him how to memorize a deck of cards. What's up, Chris?
How's it going?
Good, how are you, man?
Good. Morning.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure, go for it.
Are you ready to learn how to memorize a deck of cards?
I think so.
All right. Chris, what are we doing right now?
We're setting up a shot for the intro of you getting into your mind map.
Right.
This happens to be your crazy schizophrenic mind map here.
Yes, very similar.
This is what everybody who pictures a memory athlete.
Yeah.
Memory athlete sounds nerdy.
Yeah,
right?
it does.
Like
this looks cooler.
Yeah. This is like a beautiful mind. Like you're a schizophrenic, troubled genius. You know what I mean? Not a memory athlete.
Right. What's up, everyone? Nelson Dellis here, and this is a very special episode. I happen to be in Chris Ramsey's office/studio.
How did you get into my house? I don't know.
It's a magic trick. You just did it, and boom, here I was. So I know that you recently started getting interested in memory.
Yes.
And memorizing a deck of cards.
Yep.
And you've already made some progress, right?
Yeah, sure.
What's your best time at this point?
Probably close to around 5.5 minutes after, probably 12 days of starting.
Well, anyways, in this video, we're going to talk about some of the pitfalls and kind of roadblocks that someone getting into memorizing a deck of cards runs into, and how to maybe address those and get faster.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to melting my time down. Coming for you. I'm coming for this guy. So that was my previous time, 5 minutes 31. My best time ever. 2 mistakes though. I'm gonna try to beat that right now. He's got a big head. So do people know how tall you are?
Yeah, no.
So Nelson's like 6'11".
No, okay.
He's actually like 6'5", and he dwarfs me. I'm 6'3", but I feel like I'm 5'11" next to him. I feel like I'm Lee, but Lee's actually 5'10". Lee tells people he's 5'11 and a half.
Yeah.
We measured. We found out he was 5'10".
When people are 5'11 and a half, though, they say they're 6 foot.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
If anyone ever says they're 6 foot, I'm like, you're 5'11.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
No problem.
8 of clubs. 5 clubs. Oh, he's over there. Once I get past this like initial hump, 4 clubs. I'm gonna say queen of clubs. Yeah. Okay. I'm having a hard time. 9 of hearts. Jack of hearts. So I wasn't really happy with my first attempt, and that was like kind of my first attempt around people, especially around a memory champion. Kind of makes you nervous. So I'm gonna go into a different mind palace and try to memorize a deck. Hopefully I don't get too many mistakes. I'm down to get a few mistakes. I just not as many as I had. I think that's the most I've ever had. And it kind of weighs on me. So I, you know, I'm gonna focus here, focus hard, try to beat my time. Let's go.
How do you feel about that one?
Better,
Yeah,
longer time, but I feel better than the last one.
that's good.
Still struggled to, sometimes I had images and they just weren't, I had the cards and I wasn't seeing the images right away.
Yeah.
And it took me a good 10 seconds to see this. So I don't know if it's because it's later in the day, we're tired, we worked, I don't know what the excuse is there, but I do feel better about this one.
Nice.
Here we go. 10 of spades. 9 of spades. 7 of hearts. 6 of spades. 3 of hearts.
So you just did a deck of cards in around 6.5 minutes.
Yes,
which
correct.
is very respectable, especially considering you've only been doing this, what, 12 days?
Yeah, 12 days.
That's amazing. So I wanted to give you a few tips, and any of your viewers that came over from our initial video and some of my viewers that have learned already how to memorize a deck of cards, some of the things to look out for or to pay attention to kind of build your speed. Hopefully this helps you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
The first tip is probably to know your images. Okay, so first of all, making sure that all the images that you have that represent the person, the action, the object, your 52 cards, that they're meaningful to you, and that also you want to be able to recognize them as quickly as possible. The more meaningful they are, the quicker they'll be able to be accessed in your mind. So one kind of drill I give people is, instead of memorizing all the time, do a few sets of just going through as fast as you can in your head, recalling the image.
Just the individual image?
Yeah, well, you can say the person, X, and object. So I'd say, you know, my friend Arno bouncing on a dog.
So without seeing it?
Don't see it. Yeah,
Just say it.
mentally say it to
Got
yourself
it.
as quickly as possible. The reason for this is I always like to think of this as your upper limit to
Right.
memorization. Because you can't memorize faster than you can say the images, right?
Right, okay, that makes
So,
sense.
and the faster you can drop that, then that's your
Technically,
potential limit.
that's your
right?
limit.
So I can do this around low 20 seconds. So that
Okay.
means I'm able to memorize around 30 seconds. I'm pretty close to my limit, which is what you want to be.
Yeah.
And so getting to know your images by training that is a huge way to make leaps in your speed.
In a forum on your website, you had written to someone that take a few cards and keep them in your pocket.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Like, I would go and I would take a card or two each day and go like have lunch with them.
Yeah.
Put them like on my
Cheap date.
Yeah, my dashboard of my car,
Right.
or like a windowsill next to my table.
Just so you automatically
So I'm
figure-
working, there's Britney Spears, hey, you know, or I'm in the shower, there's
Britney Spears,
Britney
hey.
Spears, hey, you know, and then you really get to know those images. By the end of the day, it's like you hung out with that person, and it's
Yeah.
boom, two of spades.
And then automatically you just see it, you know it, it's done.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like worst comes to worst out of 52 cards, like that's a month of getting to know 2 cards a day.
right. It's worth it. Yeah,
Totally worth it.
yeah. So the next one I like to tell people is to trust in your memory, right? I say this a lot, but especially with cards, part of the trust issue is people can't believe that their memory is able to go through all 52 and not go back. So I always tell people, try not to go back. It's kind of instinctive to want to jump back because you're like, oh, I forgot it, I gotta go look at these cards again. But really, you gotta just go through it. And yeah, you're gonna make some mistakes, but that's how you're gonna be able to get faster. Because every time you double back, you're wasting time.
You're wasting time. One thing is when you're by yourself, is it better to skip the card and come back to it, or just look at it knowing that you might have erred? Like that might be a mistake. So during recall, I'm here and I say 8 of clubs. And I say, oh, it was the Jack of spades. Is that better than to just be like, I'm not sure, I'll keep it for after?
I think it's better to keep it for after.
Better make no mistakes? and then just keep it for after?
Well, yeah, because what you'll do with this after is try to activate
Figure it
that
out.
memory. Yeah, and maybe you won't, but at least you'll go through the exercise of.
Because a lot of times,
going
if I
through
don't
images.
see this one, I won't see these.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
You know, so
right.
like, but if I
a
do
hint.
see this one, I'll be like, oh, then, you know.
Yeah, but you want to be able to
To recall the entire image.
recall the entire image. Yeah. So I would recommend putting a card aside. If that means putting 3 cards aside because it's a group of 3, then so be it. But then afterwards, you can try to go through process of elimination like I did in your video.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So another one to get faster is speed over accuracy. So I like people to push for speed, right? You know, you might be tempted to stay cool and calm because you know you can get everything right if you go this speed, and you don't really want to push that, but you won't really get much faster if you don't push the envelope there. So naturally you go faster for the first time, you're bound to make mistakes, and that's okay. You just gotta get your brain kind of feeling what it's like to go through it that fast.
Okay.
And I think that works wonders for building your speed. And if you have a hard time doing that because you kind of want to get them right, so you go a little slower and you can't help it, it's helpful to set up a metronome, you know?
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
So just like, so that every other beat you can look at a card. Or,
Yeah, if it's, you want to set a beat to each card you look at, or
4.
or yeah, exactly. You can set that tempo and then slightly.
So you'd have like
move
4
it.
beats per card, or 3 beats per card, then work it down to 1 beat per card.
Exactly, yeah. The beeping might be a bit distracting at first, but also that's a good distraction. Practice with distracting.
Yeah, speaking of distractions, I picked these up, or something similar.
Yeah.
And they help me a lot. But I do feel like if I don't have them,
Yeah.
it's kind of a crutch as well.
It is a crutch. It's by Safe Space when I put them on, but it is a good technique also to kind of get, not necessarily faster, but better under pressure.
Yeah.
To use without, and even put noise on, like whether it's a TV show or do it in a public place.
Drown it out with your own.
Yeah, because if you can do it there, then you can definitely do it with those on at a
even
competition in quiet. Another tip, don't speed up at the end. You suggested this, I think that's a great tip.
Yeah.
You know, you think you're almost done and you just want to kind of get those last few seconds, and you maybe don't give enough love to those last ones.
Yep.
And you forget them. So
Which is funny because if you're not into memory stuff, you would think that the first ones are the hardest to remember.
yeah, because they're
And
the farthest to go.
And then the first ones are usually the easiest to remember because that's where you start. That's your first
that's exactly
image
right.
in your mind palace.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. So it's kind of counterintuitive to think that the last one you looked at is the one you forget.
Right. What you can do is some people will grab the last few cards, like say the thing in your head, then hit the timer, close your eyes, and then make sure to encode it right there.
Right.
So you can say, okay, that's, you know, C-3PO dancing with a mushroom. You've closed your eyes, you're done, but now you're encoding it before you go back and review everything.
Yeah.
And then finally, the last tip I think is to make sure that you have enough memory palaces.
Right.
When people start this out, they have maybe 1 memory palace, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But if you're practicing this every day, you're going to be repeating the same memory palace quite frequently, and you can have echoes of images. Have you come across that?
I have. Yeah, I've because I only have 2 memory palaces at the moment. I'll use the same one maybe twice a day, and it'll cause mistakes. I'm not too bad to get around it, but usually it'll cause mistakes, and I'll know where those mistakes are as soon as I'm unsure of an image.
Yeah.
And I think a mistake like that is catastrophic because then you're using an entire person action object. Right in the wrong place. So you're replacing it with another person action object, which can be separated into 3 other person action objects, and it's catastrophic. So it's like not what you want to do.
Yeah, so I have way too many, I think, but I think having a cycle of maybe 5 to 7 different memory palaces for training cards, if you're going to do it every day, is a kind of a nice sweet spot. And if you're using PAO, that means there only need to be 17 images plus a leftover card, which is pretty reasonable.
17 or 18.
It's not a big memory palace.
That's what mine have right now. What's your biggest memory palace?
Oh, when I memorized 10,000 digits of pi. So it was 2,000 locations.
How is that even possible? Okay, can you walk me just quickly? Can you like, how is that? Do you have like, it was, oh, I have a room with 1,000 drawers.
Well,
there we go, perfect.
It couldn't be limited to rooms. It was basically sprawling my hometown, Miami. And each 1,000 digits, which is 200 locations each, was like a place. Like one was a mall, one was my house, plus it's the surrounding area, you know, so they were like neighborhoods of the city.
That's massive.
Yeah, it was a lot to manage.
And have you since emptied it out?
No. It needs review. Some of it's a
Right.
bit dusty, but
So what if
still
I
there.
told you to go into the mall, look at this,
No,
and you see this image?
no, stop it. Don't ruin it.
It would just completely drain out his whole 10,000 digits. How to defeat a memory champion. Just show him 3 random cards and say, this is in your house.
Now I can't stop thinking about it, so it's gonna be replaced. I'm screwed now. Anyway, I hope those tips help you guys. Make sure to check out the video that Chris has on his channel of me teaching how to memorize a deck of cards, and then hopefully these tips will help kind of fine tune some of that technique that you learned there. Thanks for being on my channel, man.
Thanks for being in my office.
Oh yeah. This isn't my house anymore.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I think I've got a leg up on the competition right now.
you go.
I've got a good coach.
Hope to see you at a competition soon.
Yeah, maybe I'll cheat my way through though. I'm a magician. Don't forget a little earpiece or something.
Yeah.
Has that been done, by the way?
All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check out his channel if you haven't. I'm sure you have. There'll be some content he's releasing with me in it. You should definitely check it out. And I figure, like, you want to show me some magic before we go?
Sure.
Blow my mind.
Okay. I know you're familiar with card stuff, so I'm gonna do a few card things as well. Let's see here. Nelson, name any card, and it doesn't have to be a card, favorite card.
Say it out loud.
Yeah, say it out loud.
6 of diamonds.
6 of diamonds. Is there a reason you took the 6 of diamonds?
Just felt
All
right.
Hold your hand out. Nelson, right?
Yeah.
So that's N-E-L-S-O-N, right?
6 of diamonds. What if my name was spelled differently?
Then I really hope you wouldn't have said the 6 of diamonds.